Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Koji. He was driven by an insatiable curiosity about the world around him and was constantly seeking answers to life's big questions. One day, he heard about a wise Zen master who lived at the top of the highest hill in the village. Koji felt a calling. Determined to learn from the master, he gathered his courage, climbed the long hill, and found the Zen temple where the sage resided. When he arrived, Koji, with eyes full of enthusiasm and a hopeful heart, approached the master and fervently asked, "Master, how can I find Zen?" The master, an elderly and kind man with eyes that seemed to hold centuries of wisdom and a slight sparkle of humor, smiled at Koji's determination and calmly replied, 10 years. The answer, far from discouraging him, made Koji's resolve even stronger. He then insisted, "But what if I try harder? If I work twice as much, how long will it take to find Zen?" The master remained silent for a moment before answering serenely, 20 years. Koji furrowed his brow, confused, but didn't let it shake him. He pressed on, "And if I dedicate all my being to the practice? If I give up everything and focus solely on this, how long will it take?" The master looked at Koji with a calm smile, and with a tone of wisdom replied, 30 years. Koji's heart sank. He couldn't contain his frustration and asked, "Master, I don't understand. The more I promise to work harder, the further away my goal seems to be. Why?" The master took a deep breath and responded with a phrase that would echo in Koji's mind. "When you have one eye fixed on the goal, you have only one eye on the path." At first, Koji was perplexed, but after reflecting on the master's words, something inside him began to shift. He realized that he had been so focused on the final destination that he couldn't appreciate the value of each step along the journey. The master noticed that Koji was still trying to grasp the depth of the lesson and decided to explain it more practically. Imagine you are climbing a very tall tree. Your goal is to reach the sweetest fruit at the top. Now, if you spend all your time just looking at the fruit, thinking about how delicious it will be, what could happen? Koji hesitated before answering, "I might lose my balance and fall." The master smiled. "Exactly. But if you focus on each step you take, feeling the texture of the tree bark under your fingers, breathing in the fresh air around you, and paying attention to where you place your hands and feet, what happens then?" "I climb more safely and enjoy the ascent," Koji replied, his eyes beginning to shine with a new understanding. The master continued, "Life is like that. When we focus too much on the final reward, we can lose sight of the beauty and lessons the path offers us. True learning isn't just about the destination. It's in every little step we take." This story carries a powerful lesson that goes beyond Koji's temple and the wise master. It's a reflection of how we often live our lives. We're constantly chasing goals, success, wealth, knowledge, happiness. And in doing so, we forget to savor the small victories and experiences that shape who we are. Imagine you're learning to play a musical instrument. It's natural to want to play a perfect song quickly, but if you become obsessed with the final result, you might miss the joy of discovering how each note resonates, how your fingers move across the strings or keys, and how your daily effort transforms a clumsy sound into a melody. Now think about your routine. Maybe you have an ambitious professional goal or want to change some aspect of your life. When was the last time you celebrated a small progress, a simple act of kindness, a moment of self-care? The Zen master reminds us that every effort has its value, and that the present is where life truly happens. The tree we climb in life is filled with branches, leaves, and fruits that we often overlook in our rush to reach the top. Appreciate the small victories. Instead of waiting until you reach a big goal to celebrate, recognize each step forward. Did you learn something new today? Did you solve a problem? That's already a fruit of your journey. Practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. Feel what's happening right now, whether you're doing a simple task like washing dishes or having a conversation with a friend. Redefine success. Success isn't just about hitting goals. It's also about genuine effort, the learning process, and how we grow along the way. Embrace the natural rhythm. As the master showed Koji, rushing doesn't always get us to our destination faster. Sometimes we need to slow down to see clearly. Imagine that life is like a long train journey. Beautiful landscapes pass by the window, fields, mountains, rivers. You're traveling to a wonderful destination. But if you spend the entire trip anxious to arrive, you might miss the beauty along the way. Just like Koji learned, finding Zen, or any accomplishment, is not about rushing, but about being present. Koji began to practice what the master had taught him. He stopped worrying so much about the destination and began to immerse himself in the daily practice, finding joy in every meditation session, every moment of silence in the temple, and even in the simplest tasks, like sweeping the floor. Over time, Koji discovered that Zen wasn't a place to reach, but something that had always been with him. It was the calm he felt while watching the sunrise, the sound of the breeze in the trees, and the gratitude for being alive. The same can happen to you. As you learn to walk with presence, you'll find the wisdom and peace that have always been within your reach. And in the end, you might realize that the sweetest fruit of all isn't just at the top of the tree, but in every branch you explore along the way.